where the less fortunate live, which is on the north side. There was Alamo Hills, which was on Alamo Street, and it's like an apartment complex, right? You only go in there if you know somebody.
Okay.
Like, it's not the place to go hang out. Motherfuckers get killed in there, right?
Fuck.
So you had Alamo Hills, and then you had Patwood, right? Patwood was super dangerous. Right? Yeah, it was dangerous for everybody.
Right.
Like, kids getting shot from, somebody shooting at somebody else. Just innocent bystander. Like, crazy shit. Drug dealing, all types of shit.
Damn.
Patwood was like the place. The crazy part is, growing up, they were great. Like, it was kids everywhere, man. It was just like, it was so fun and shit. Like, you never seen it. Like, I only seen a bit of it in Patwood, but I never did in Alamo Hills, which was weird because that place was like outright dangerous, right? But when my dad would go over there, it'd be like no issues. We go to Patwood, no issue whatsoever. Not even a question. Like, we're good, right? Wow. Because of the family.
Yeah.
So, it was good. And then, especially through the 80s when we would go there, like, you would see kids like doing little popping moves and stuff. So it was still, it was still there. It was still like, I still seen it back then. It was just dying off. Right. But yeah, man, Patwood was rough. Like, it was one of my favorite places to go because they had like a little play area where all the kids would congregate and you get to make new friends and shit and whatnot. And they never fought or got into anything, and it was just kids just playing.
Yeah, right.
Once you got older, we can't go over there no more. About age of 14, 15, unless you live there, you probably don't want to be walking around there.
Yeah. Like,
really, there's like, and it's weird how it's sectioned off. So you got Patwood, and then you got this community center, right? Right. Where everybody plays basketball.
Yeah.
All across town. Yeah. Come all over town to this one spot. Anything beyond maybe about 15 meters behind that place.
What?
No man's land. Like, no.
That's short of a distance.
That's short of a distance. Fuck. Like it's Switzerland over here.
Yeah.
Russia. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like straight up just, it's dangerous past this point. It's like, it gets down to like even the building. Like you're good, but don't go beyond the parking lot.
Yeah.
Like, anything beyond that, unless you know somebody, don't do that. Like, we would go there just to drive through the parking lot to see who was around, and we wouldn't even get out of the car.
Yeah, fuck that.
It was that bad, bro. Yeah. And then you go to the east side. Yeah. You have the co-ops, and the co-ops was off streets. Mainly Hotop was probably the most dangerous, but East Michigan and whatnot was kind of a quiet street, but there would be some bullshit. A lot of robberies happen on East Michigan, except for my grandfather's house, because everybody knew.
Everyone knew. What does co-op mean?
I don't know what the actual meaning of it is, but it's pretty much projects.
Right.
For the most part, it's
like cooperatives.
Yeah, like cheaper living.
Commission.
It's like commission flats. Yeah. So it's like commission flats, and it was chock full of kids. So from a little kid standpoint, it's great. Yeah. Because then nobody mess with kids, man. Like, nobody try to beat up on kids, and other kids weren't being mean. Like, it was kind of different. Like, you didn't really have bullies. If you're getting bullied, it's probably like a white kid at school. But the black kids didn't really bully you. They kind of just left you be because everybody's just trying to play.
Yeah, right.
Sharing their toys and stuff like that. But the co-ops, once you got old enough,
you knew.
Yeah, no, we're not going over there.
Yeah, right.
But between the co-ops and Patwood, my late Uncle Chucky used to go between the two. So I always knew my Uncle Chucky was around. Right. And my Uncle Chucky was no fucking joke. Right? So I was like, I can go in there. I'll be fine. Yeah. Do I want to go in there? No.
See, I'm painting the picture that, like, if this was like the overhead map in a game, right? You knew that these were safe houses or checkpoints that you could go to.
It's like a checkpoint. Yeah. So there are certain places in town where it's like a checkpoint, like safe. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like we had certain safe zones. Like on the east side, most of it was safe until you get to certain streets, and certain people living on them streets, right? But the only reason why there's people living on those streets, because they had actual houses, not a lot of apartment buildings, was that people were moving up in life. So they might have moved from Alamo Hills and then moved to the east side and got them a nice little house to rent, a little bit more space for the kids because the kids are getting older, better schools, you know, in that area for that zone.
Yeah.
So a lot of people would move to these other areas. My mama and my daddy moved us out right past another township. Like we moved on the edge of town.
Right.
Right. Right outside of this town called Parchment.
Was it a new
No,
town?
it's been there for since the 1700s.
Right.
And Parchment was fucking quiet. I was not used to that. There was like no kids. And I mean, I was going into high school when we moved, but I was like,
still, yeah.
I'm like, there's nobody here. Like, you just walk around freely.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we would just walk around. Like, before, we couldn't even ride our bikes past the house. Like, that was a rule.
Right.
Like, my mom was like, y'all gonna ride your bikes? Okay, y'all gotta ride in front of the house.
Mm.
You can ride through the backyard, you can ride in front of the house, but you're not going past this.
Right.
I'm like, shit, okay. I didn't see it until I left, and I'm like, that's what she must have been talking about. Like, there's a lot going on over there, and now there's not, and now I can see it.
You had to be out of it.
Yeah, in order for me to see it as a little kid, like, okay, that's what she meant. People were getting their bikes stolen, kids getting kidnapped. It was a dude kidnapping kids over there where we used to live.
Fuck.
Yeah, man, it was fucked up. Dude in the blue truck. And that's what we used to call him, the dude in the blue truck.
It'd be like some serial killer shit.
Yeah,
like,
man.
That's a reality.
Yeah, trying to kidnap kids, trying to get them to come in. And it always happened, mostly around shit like that, when they make attempted kidnappings, it's always around Halloween.
Oh, fuck, mate. That's fucking scary as fuck.
Yeah, because, you know, everybody's out trying to get candy, and some weirdo is trying to host kids to get into a truck or a van or a car. It's like, hey, man, I got a bunch of candy. You want to come back to my spot? And then never seen it again.
Damn, bro.
Happened a lot. And, you know, I can understand her being scared. She didn't grow up in Kalamazoo.
Right.
She grew up in Benton Harbor, which is 10 times fucking worse.
Right. Is that still in Michigan?
In Michigan, yeah. Benton Harbor is ridiculous. Like, even I don't go to Benton Harbor. It's not that I don't want to. It's just kind of like, they different. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's banging. Everybody's banging. Somebody's connected to somebody on some street, and they don't care when they shoot you. They could be at the fucking grocery store if they think something ain't right about you, man. They different over there. Yeah. But that was in the 90s. I don't know how it is now, 20 years later. But in the 90s and early 2000s, yeah, head on a swivel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always. Yeah, bro. Fuck. But that's why the outcome of me is the way it is, because it's always been caution, right? Or people always looked after me and things like that. I've always been in a situation where people go, you know, you all right, just don't go there. You know, come straight here.
Yeah.
You know, which is why when, you know, I was running around with Legend and stuff like that, you know, Legend want to stay out, have a good time. I'm like, look, bro, we should go. We should definitely go back to Pop's house. Like, we need to get the fuck out of here, you know.
It's about to get...
Yeah, like, it might get really weird now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,